So hey team Vector Shift, this is Vishal Akai Gincode 18. So I'm here for the hiring assignment that we were given. So what we were supposed to make was a web app where user can come and make workflow through this interactive UI where he can drag and drop and connect nodes and he can make a workflow over there. So what we were initially given was a template that has 4 components in it, and we were supposed to do abstraction on those components and also make 5 more components similar to those 4 components, and also we were supposed to do some custom logic in a particular text field node, and also we were supposed to make a few logic in Python backend Flask API where we will send the data of all the workflow, and that backend will tell the front end like that is this workflow a directed acyclic graph or not, and then we have to show that to the user that this workflow is a directed acyclic graph or not. So let me just show you a quick demo. So let me just pull up few nodes and let me just connect them. Okay, so I can connect this to this, I can connect this to this. You can see I can drag and drop. I have styled all these nodes more beautifully, so they are much more appeasing to the eye, and also I've adapted few hour animation and also the styling and what input and outputs are. And if I click on this submit button, it will send this workflow to backend, and backend will tell whether this is a directed acyclic graph or not. So this workflow has 3 nodes, 2 edges, and this is a directed acyclic graph. So let me just show you how I'm doing this on my code side. Okay, so initially for the first task we were given a node abstraction. So initially we were given a boilerplate code. If I just show you the boilerplate code, so we were given 4 components. On top of that we were supposed to build, but as you can see, first task was to do abstraction on those components. As you can see, there is a lot of repeating logic here, and we can abstract that logic in a centralized place, and then we can build on top of that. So to do that abstraction, what my approach was for that was to make a base class, to make a base node. Where is it? Yeah, here. So what I did was make a base node that accepts inputs like ID, label, data, how many input does it have, how many output does it have, custom styles, and children. So this ID and label are understandable. What this data has is, so this data has a logo, this data object has logo, and a tailwind class that is supposed to give this border color to all those nodes, and description. So I am passing all of these to that base class. And if you come to the UI part, as if you can see that there are few things that are common in every node. If any node that you pick, there are border styles, there is a header, there is a title in it, there is a logo, and there are input and output, how many input and output it needs. So this logic can be abstracted away in the base node class. After that, or anything else that comes here, suppose like this system prompt, that can be given to children, and we can implement that on our separate node instead of base class. So we can build many more components on top of base class. This makes our makes coding experience much more better, and it makes easy to debug problems. So let's just come to the second task. So in the second task we were given styling. So we were supposed to handle styling and make the UI more appealing to the eye. So I did styling using Tailwind CSS and Shared CN UI library. So one thing that I implemented in my styling was that I implemented a few configuration file. So I implemented 2 configuration file, that is node config and pipeline config. So what this configuration file has is the configuration for all the nodes. It is a central place where I have configuration for all my nodes, like what is its label, what are the styles that I am passing it, Tailwind styles, how many input output does it have, what is the component, that React component that it uses, what is its logo. Everything I have put all of that in a single place, and from here it is spread in my whole code base. So from single place, if I change anything, this will change in my whole code base, whole UI. This provide a central place where I can manage all the styles and all the configuration for all the components. This makes it much more easier to handle my code. I have also implemented this node helper function that has all the helper function like generate or validate a connection, that whether you can make that connection or not, or snap to grid. All those function I have also implemented it. So now let's come to the third task. For the third task, we were given a text node logic. So there was a particular node which was text node. Where is it? Yeah, here. So in the text node, what we were supposed to do is that whenever user enter a valid JavaScript variable, we want to create a new handle on it. So if I show you a quick demo of that, so if I go to my browser, and let's say if I make a new variable here, a valid JavaScript variable, and let's just name it anything. As you can see, it created a new handle over there. If I modify this input as well, it will modify that also. And as you can see, there are two variables. These two are the variables that you can see. So we were supposed to make that. So for that, what I did was I use a regular expression, variable regular expression. This expression scrapes the string that I have, and on the basis of that, I do filtering on that and make changes to my UI on the go. So that was for the third part. And for the fourth part, that was backend integration. So we were given a Flask backend, and what we were supposed to do in that backend was whenever we send that data to our node data to that backend, we were supposed to check whether this was a directed acyclic graph or not. So if I just click on it, you can see it's telling whether it is a directed acyclic graph or not. So for this, what I just implemented was a simply depth first search traversal. I just go to every node one by one and do DFS in every node. If I get any node that I have visited previously, then I will just return false. Otherwise, I will return to if I get a node that I have visited previously, then I will just return to that it is a directed acyclic, that there is a cycle in it. And if I don't visit any node that I haven't visited before, then that means there is no cycle in it and it's a directed acyclic graph. So this logic I have implemented in Python Flask API. As for the extra things that I have done in this code base is that this whole project was initially made with create React app. Instead of that, I switched the whole code base to VT, which was much faster and much more user friendly and works much better with Tailwind and other UI libraries. As for other thing that I implemented was implementing Docker. So I have made a whole Docker compose file which has my backend container, my front end container, and even the networking part of both those containers, a proper networking. So if I show you my Docker dashboard, you can see I have two containers running, one for my front end and one for my backend, and I can see all those logs for my front end backend. So that was my whole assignment. Overall, it was really fun assignment to do, and I implemented all that thing that you can see in front in like 12 or 13 hours. It was really a fun and challenging task. I really enjoyed it, and I thank you for your time for reviewing my assignment. It was really fun. Bye bye.